Dad, have fun. Local calls only on my phone. Thank you. Dad, have fun. Local calls only on my phone. Thank you.
Costa Rica for 2 weeks? How are we supposed to survive for 2 weeks?
Man, what we gonna eat?
Oh, now you're worried about how you're gonna make it without your granddaddy. Well, maybe y'all should have thought about that when y'all were fucking up. It's too late now. I may never come back. Shoot, it's Tom. Y'all can't tell him I left.
Why not?
Cause he wanna go to that do a big trip too. But I can't roll with a square like Tom, so I'm gonna go and pretend I didn't go, never talk about it, and take that lie with me to the grave. So don't tell him. If the air, say I went to the store.
You went to the store for 2 weeks?
Yes, and don't you go snitching either.
Well, it's harder to talk if my mouth is full.
All right, fine. I left food money in the cabinet above the oven, but that's all you're gonna get, so you better make it last.
Hey there, Robert. I'd offer to help you with your bag, but you're a coon.
What's he doing here?
He's your babysitter.
Come on, Granddad. Me and Riley don't need no babysitter. We can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, it's not like we gonna try to kill each other.
Shut up. Do what Rucker says and don't mess up my house.
Come on.
Me and this punk fool right here.
Okay, first of all, ain't nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the fuck up. My name is Uncle Rucker, and I will be nigger-sitting you two until your grandfather retires. Your granddaddy picked me because I am a licensed zoologist. I have studied a variety of wild animals, and the African male is by far the most savagely cunning. This is an opportunity to observe you niggas in your natural habitat and collect data. But be warned, whatever nigger trickery you got up your sleeves does not affect me.
Please do not look Muslim at the airport. Hijacking is against the law.
Damn, I hate airports. This is all for show. Shoot, I bet you I can sneak a midget on the plane with a stick of dynamite up his
Not
ass.
say bomb at the
Yo,
airport.
hurry up. I'm trying to do it big. Damn.
Boarding pass and ID.
Due to a heightened level of security.
Topic right now, meaning like, everything is all eyes on you. You're not the hottest team in the league right now and that stuff. I think that's the behind the scenes coaching that you need to see from a Brandon Staley. This Chargers team is 1 year removed from making those 72 Miami Dolphins keep their champagne bottles corked. They are 1 year removed from an undefeated season that took them to a Super Bowl in Arizona and beat the Arizona Cardinals on their home turf for the first Super Bowl of Game of Thrones.
Man.
With 8 games left, we need to find out who Brandon Staley is. So here's the 2 things I'm going to say. When you think of Brandon Staley, you think that Chargers team last year was light years in front of a lot of teams. Was it you or the team you assembled? Now that things are a little different right now, can you step up to that and show that you're the coach that brought that defense from the Rams right before they went to the Super Bowl. Remember, he got the job over here because that defense he had with Jalen Ramsey over there as the star position and not cornerback. Remember, that star position from Nick Saban's tree, Alabama tree with the four down linemen and the star at the your best DB playing all over the field, safety, corner, things like that. That's Brandon. That's the Brandon Staley tree. So what you're great at and what they hired you to do needs to happen. We need to see that, right? So that's the first thing. Are you the coach that we think you are, or did you just come into a good situation? And usually, when you make a coaching change, it goes one or two ways. The team buy into the new coach because they sick of the old coach, or they don't buy in. Your scheme and shit you got going on just doesn't. You need time for it to catch up to it. And this guy is only 1 year as a head coach. This would be his second year. So he came into a situation. This is third year. I'm sorry, on the game. Third year and second year in real life. So he came into this shit with a roster that wasn't his. And you know how it goes, Snake. You have to build a roster to what you want to do, scheme wise, right? So we're looking at the offseason they had coming into the 22 season. They did a great job. They brought Khalil Mack over here, J.C. Jackson over here. They put some pieces in the building. Um, but when you're a defensive minded coach, you can forget about the offensive side of things. So if I'm talking about a struggle that the Chargers and Brandon Staley as the number 10 coach on the Coach of the Year list, if I'm talking about any struggles there, I want to take it back to the offensive side of things. I think we lose the fact that they've done a great job offensively of putting some of the interior situations together. Like they have a young core of an offensive line that will grow together and make this team dominant. The problem is all their weapons are really veterans in this league. And it's a speed thing on offense, man. They got the offensive line that's going to grow together, right? I don't think they're all the way there yet, but they're going to grow together, right? Most guys that handle their offensive line in the off season are all in the same situation right now, where you got a bunch of young guys up front that you have to get them to grow up, man. They got to grow up real fast. It's a lot of high flying defenses running around here right now, and to get that thing blocked up, it's kind of you know what I will say though, when it comes down to Brandon Staley, offensively, you have to have an offensive coordinator that can put you in a great situation to understand what you're going to see, because 90% of the teams you're going to play are like, it's almost like if you play and I'm not bringing these teams up for like really meaning it by these two teams, just giving us two teams. If you play the Bears, right, and you prep for the Bears, and then you play the Rams the following week, 90% of what the Bears did, you're going to see in that Rams game. And this is a copycat sport. So everybody's going to trend on the YouTube plays, on the hot YouTube blitzes, the hot YouTube, what the game is allowed, what's the meta. So a lot of guys are going to come that. So really understanding what you're going to see on a weekly basis defensively is not as hard as we think it is. The problem is, do you have the talent, or do you have the skill set or understanding and play calling to be able to beat those core meta defenses that you're going to see? Um, I attack season 2 a little different with my conversation. Here's why. Season 1, guys are trying to figure out the game itself. Season 2, guys are already locked in on all the YouTube shit they can absolutely learn. And to most people, it's new. So the guys that, are having success are the guys that found the YouTube shit. Simple as that. And they have an understanding of that. But when that runs out, then you're going to have to see who's really dogs or who dog faking right now. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that. So in season 2, most of us had a full season of playing with our teams, and we're still in build mode. But on the field right now, you're seeing a whole lot of loose things happening that's just YouTube based, and advantage taken of the YouTube based shit. Core meta shit. Sometimes it's off brand shit, right? We got some things that you just can't control right now when it comes down to things that guys are doing. The problem is, what are those guys going to do when they run the fuck out of it, when the game catches up or the league catches up to all those antics that's happening right now? When I think of top offenses in the league, top defenses in the league, the Chargers don't make this hire to Brand Staley without understanding that he was one of the hottest defensive coordinators in the league. Just because you're a hot coordinator don't make you a hot coach. Well, if I'm the Chargers I got the return that I was looking for in Brandon Staley, and it was a quick return, quick turnaround. Super Bowl champion. So with this coach is at number 10, I believe cold-heartedly he belongs on this list. Now, as I'm going up the list, do I think there's teams that have coaches in front of them that belong there? No. Do I think there's coaches that do belong there in front of them? Yeah. But with 8 games remaining, we're going to find out what type of head coach we have in LA right now, right? Because I think when you get to the second half of the season, people can get hot, man. Teams can get hot. And if this team gets hot down the stretch, they're going to be a problem in postseason. They have the makeup team wise to be an absolute problem in the postseason. They got some big games coming up, so Staley going to have to really coach his ass off. Anything you would like to share on that, Snake or Boom? Nah, we'll move on to number 9 coach on the list. Fine, no problem with me. All right, so number 9 coach of the year.
My mic was muted.
Would you like to add to that Brandon Staley comment?
Man, anybody, if we're gonna live up to his name, anybody we done seen him do it, as of lately, I expect to see him, put in the work and do what he gotta do.
Yeah, I think this team defensively are still, they're still top 10 defensively. I think with them, I think that what their issue is more offensive problem. Again, when you hire a defensive coordinator, a defensive minded guy, you have to have either bring in a strong offensive coordinator or your team should already be offensively based. And I think they had that with Justin Herbert as he extends to, superstardom. Come on, he's the MVP of the league, right? You have the MVP on offense. You have one of the strongest defenses. And if you look at what they're doing defensively right now, this team is going crazy still without the see the problem is the light and the cameras are not in their face. And that could be a good thing. And somebody's on this bitch giving us an echo right now.
1-2, 1-2.
I want to. I want to.
Man,
I want to.
I
I want
think
to.
that this team could be rounding the form just around the right time though. You come off a Super Bowl hangover, Dolphins season blockbuster. You know what I mean? You, you still got them same players and faces in the room. One too many drinks, one too many boat hops. They should be coming in the form at the right time though, man.
When you look at what they're doing defensively, you start to see the same names still making big time plays for this team. Look, Khalil Mack, 31 tackle for losses. Joey Bosa, 29. Their middle
Still
linebacker
here.
still doing what he do at 15. The D tackle, Atito Agbania, 15 tackle for losses. And then you have Kevin Battle, the Florida State kid that comes in on his rookie year with 10. So they're still doing what they have to do when it comes down to that aspect of the things. You're looking at quarterback sacks, 13 and a half from Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, 7. I think he slowed down a little bit. But again, with 31 tackle for losses, Khalil Mack's doing exactly what, Brandon Staley wants him to be on defense. He wants him to be the absolute run stopper, uh, outside edge rusher. They want him to be able to stop the run. They want Bosa to go get the quarterback. On
Right, those young linebackers,
Yes,
rookie linebackers.
yes. They need those linebackers to really step up. I need to see who the fuck echoing like this, man. It's bothering me bad. Let's go inside here and see who echoing. Oh, we kind of good now. What the fuck just happened? That you, Snake? That's echoing.
Is it my jump?
It might be. Yep, might be you. You are. Are you watching the show at the same time?
Hold on, I'm gonna switch. Go ahead, you good? I got you. I'm just gonna switch for a second.
All right, so again, I think Khalil Mack's doing a great job, and so you got your veterans, so and that they still have the locker room, so win another Super Bowl, man, and they're right in the mix to do exactly that. The problem is they're just not the hot team. The conversation ain't around this Chargers team at like it was last year. And that might be a good thing because again, when you are coming off a Super Bowl, and people like to say Super Bowl hangover and things like that, You want the outside noise to quiet down while you guys keep your locker room and keep the guys involved. I think they got a whole bunch of veterans running around here with a nice mix, especially on defense, a nice mix of rookies running around to add to what they already have over there. So I like Brandon Staley on that list. I don't know if he's the number 10. I think he could probably be moved up in that slot for Coach of the Year, because they're still doing a hell of a job with that team over there. Now, Derwin James is a man child, man. They paid him the big bucks, 7 interceptions on the year right now. The one thing I would say is they're not getting the production out of their secondary that they got the year before. And there's been changes in the secondary. Nasir Adderley is not here. Callahan, who's the slot corner that played really big for this team, is not in the building right now. So they asking new guys to step up, and they're looking for guys like J.T. Woods to step up. You know what I mean? They looking for who's going to be the third corner on this team. Is it Jasir Taylor? They need guys to step up right now. But the guys that are making the plays are the veterans. Simple as that. I think this is a recipe is still a winning team over here. I think this team should still be considered a team that can make a Super Bowl run. Maybe he can jump on this list and on my top coach of the year list right now. But I don't think he belongs here at 9. Is there anybody that disagree with me with that?
I don't see the Bears on this list.
The Bears ain't on this list. That's what I'm saying. Like if the Lions aren't here, the Bears need to be on here. What I do like is that the Lions they do have some things going defensively for them right now. And obviously DeAndre 3000 is in a running race right now. He's another 1,000 yard second year on 1,000 yards for their running back. I like what they're doing with their young receiver. I would like to see Amon St. Brown play a little bit more better football for this team, especially with the trade of DJ Chark. But I think they're in the mix right now. Coach of the year, you got to run it back. If you're gonna be on the coach of the year list, you got to run it back, man. And when we talked about the Lions last year, it was like I don't think they're gonna be contested in their division, and we think they was ahead of schedule. And the way they dominated that division was scary. But see, at the end of the year, they had games that didn't matter in that division, and they didn't win those games. Like that Bears loss in overtime last year. I think it really did something for the Bears team more than it did for the Lions. Like the Lions played that game knowing it really doesn't hurt them if they lose that game. They were light years ahead of everybody in their division. But it woke the Bears up some. The Bears was able to go in and get an overtime win over them, and since that, they've been playing different football, man. And you can go back to last year's game. That matchup was the turnaround for the Bears. I think it gave them confidence that you didn't want them to have so early on in the disc right now. So Dan Campbell on this list at 9.
Lions at that point where they're trying to figure out if Huntley is the guy over there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or if he's reached his ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's selling.
Yep. Well, you take a look at it. Is Huntley playing good football? That's the
He's
question, right?
playing good football. He's playing decent football.
That's
He's not
right.
playing terrible.
Mm-mm.
He got 2,300 yards,
And you can't use
20
the
touchdowns, 23 picks.
and you can't use the teams caught up, right? Because this team was already ahead of schedule. So did reality set in that they really wasn't a good roster like they thought they were? When we calling them ahead of schedule, that's what we saying. They didn't really have the roster that was supposed to be the number 2 seed in the NFC.
They definitely ahead of schedule. I think they just have a young roster over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this might be one of those teams that could use
Some
a
veterans.
veteran here
Yep.
or there, some
Mm-hmm.
veteran presence here or there, just going through the growing pains. I mean, sometimes when you have a team full of youngsters, you don't have that veteran presence to help reel the team back in after a loss, maybe
Yes,
a tough
sir.
loss or a tough quarter or two. You get a game or two away from you need that veteran presence, bring that morale up.
I agree 100% right now. Obviously, their bell cow is DeAndre Swift. 27 carries, he already over 1,000 yards, about to be double
They
digits.
don't have one play over 30. Just going down. They got 130-year-old. That's Michael Pierce. Outside, I mean, they got a couple of linemen, but this is pretty relatively a younger team.
Right.
We know they've been loaded in picks these last few years.
When I asked for Ross St. Brown to step up, this is what I mean by stepping up. Like, Ross St. Brown, 35 catches on the year, 378 yards, 10 yards a pop, 4 touchdowns. Because you get rid of DJ Chark, right, who was a big down the field threat. Now, Amra is a route guru. He's still young though. He only in his third season right now. Snake. This guy still has a lot of football in front of him. But I think he's the key to their success going forward, right? Because Jameson Williams by coaching style, by force is forced to be that guy, right? And in a sense, Jameson ain't even ready yet. Like, if we really want to go there, coming off his rookie year. I mean, now he's playing good football, 10 touchdowns on the year. You're super proud of that. But he's not their veteran. He's not ready to be the number one over here yet, where he could probably benefit more from a guy that is the number one and him being the number 2. It's already a proven fact that Amon St. Brown is a super slot receiver. That's where he belongs. That's where he's going to get the work done at. I don't see him as the 1. I don't see him as the 2. He's a slot guy. They drafted Baker to find out they brought Kwan Baker up now, because if you get rid of DJ Chark, you need somebody else to step up. 8 catches on the year after 10 games, 105 yards. I don't know if he's ready for the number 1 moment, right? So you're forced for Jameson to be your number 1. Amon St. Brown has to do slot work, but have to absolutely be number 2. And the tight end steps up. But we know in this offense, the tight end's always going to step up. I think they're a receiver away from having this all figured out. What do you think?
Might be a receiver, might be a quarterback away as well. I mean, it's Huntley the guy over here.
That's the question, right? Not going off of that one, I believe it.
Did they get rid of Chark to get that extra ammo to make another move? Like we just I think Huntley got to figure out if Huntley is a guy over here.
Because me personally, I like what they did defensively. Look, they brought in a middle linebacker to go along with that super alpha male that was a rookie last year. You got Deshaun Elliott playing lights out, top of the league with 11 INTs right now. Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson, top pick in the draft, his draft class, 12 tackle for loss, 6.5 sacks. They drafted a corner to go along with Surtain and Akuda, and let's just call it what it is. Akuda played out of his mind last year, but Patrick Surtain showed that he was one of the best corners in the league right now, and he's still showing it, right? But then they bring in Marcus Jones, right? So they bring in another corner, so that can force Akuda into the slot, or even Surtain playing some slot work. Now you got 3 dog-ass corners because Marcus Jones is playing pretty well with 5 interceptions on the year right now. What I wanted to see, right? What I wanted to see over here is Malcolm Rodriguez is still here doing what he do, but they drafted another defensive end and Dalton Pittman. And honestly, this is where I think the Lions are going to be better at, and they're going to be great because now they have a front 4. I mean, they had an All-American last year. I mean, All-Pro. I mean, Alan McNeil, right? He was an All-Pro last year. He balled all the way out. We know what Aiden Hutchinson is about. Now you bring in Dalton Pittman, another defensive end, so you give them a good defensive front, right? Nate Cooper, the D tackle. Oh my God! So I mean, this team is young, completely young, and they got the pieces up front on that defense to really be scary going down the stretch. This is how you build a team.
They did bring another running back, a big bruiser, Bobby Howard,
Yes, sir.
225, 5'11", with some speed on him already. Oh man.
Yes, sir. I mean, at the end of the day, though, Snake, this is how you put a team together, man. I mean, they loaded on the secondary, and they do. When you look at Deshaun Elliott, you are looking at a veteran back there. This is not a guy that, you know what I mean? Like, he's a veteran. I know he's still young, but he's the veteran of the group. They got a good situation going on over here, honestly. And maybe that's why they got Dan Campbell up there in the top 10 as a coach of the year, because of the team they're assembling, right? And you know they're not done putting in the work, but they're assembling. Come on, your rookie linebacker is leading your team in tackles right now, 7 tackles for loss, a sack and a half right now, right? Sean Elliott, the last line of defense is doing what he do. Again, Aiden Hutchinson's here, Melifanu. I mean, they got names, they got players that could really become something.
Being in the top 10 in the coaching, it might definitely be one of them top 10 off seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes,
I
sir.
really like some of the influctuation of young talent.
Mm-hmm.
Not mad with moving off DJ Tartt because you can't hold on to everybody. That's just
Right.
a good example of not moving on from everybody. Like
At the end of the day, it's no reason to hoard players. Get rid of guys that you can do without, and I think they are. My only thing is I do think they need a receiver over here, and not a young guy. I think they need to bring somebody in that that's been in the league for a little bit. Yes, sir. Like a Deshaun Jackson, somebody, you know what I mean? A player like that can, well, not even Deshaun, because I think Deshaun wouldn't be a good number one. You need a number one, a physical guy, a big body guy that could be physical and just make a lot of possession catches for this team. Because that receiver will lift the morale of that young group up.
If they brought in a little bit of a veteran quarterback or just somebody just to push Huntley a little bit, like to be like.
I can feel that. I can feel that. I do think Huntley's doing a good job for this team. We know Huntley's accuracy when it comes down to medium and short range throwing is where he's really great at. The problem is they got stretch the field receiver on this team. And for you to have Jamison Williams on your team and Huntley not being known as a quarterback that take the deep shots, that takes half of the game away from Jamison Williams. Now, are you comfortable with 25.4 yards a pop? So that's kind of a deep threat there, Stink.
Kind of doing his thing.
So the more you question Huntley, the more Snoop is giving you the real answer. He is the quarterback for this team. I like the numbers. I like what we're seeing over here. I just think they do need another receiver. Maybe Baker can step up a little bit more or what, but they need a guy because defensively they ain't a good
position. We know this system, man. We know this coaching tree, man. They tend to just wait to players to fall off into their lap from their coaching tree, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
From their scheme.
They're an extension of the Baltimore Ravens, and they waiting for it.
Ravens coaching tree, they just kind of wait for them Ravens players to hit the waiver wire, this, that, and the fourth. So, like, I guess it's always a to be continued because they always in the works for something.
Right, I agree 100% with that one. Definitely wait and see situation right now. Let's go up that coaching tree a little bit more. See what we dealing with, right? So we leave the number nine coach to go to the number 8. I'm sorry, Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott don't need to be at number 8, bro, on this list. The one factor is he's 10-0. Simple as that. They don't have a loss on their schedule. They have the number 1 defense in the league right now. Their offense is catching fire at the same time right now. There's no way McDermott should be at number 8 right now. Honestly, I think he should be 1, and he shouldn't be out the top 5. I mean, what more can you say about the Buffalo Bills right now? Right now, they don't have a blemish. They don't have a blemish on their schedule right now. They, even with they might be getting forced wins and all that. They just beat the Ravens, a big time team.
crazy.
And to be honest with you, I think Josh Allen is catching fire at the right time. I think he's getting better as the season goes. 31 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. This team is where it needs to be at. Look, James Cook is going to be another 1,000-yard running back again. So to me, they found their running back. I would be comfortable to see them with a backup running back, another guy that they can rely on. And it looks like Zach Moss. They're trying to figure it out there. 4.2 yards a pop. You can't be mad at that, right? He's still averaging 4.2, 8.8 yards a game, but he got 21 carries. So he really touches the ball somewhere between 2 and 3 times a game. And James is their bell cow. Come on, Josh Allen is the new era. Cam Newton, excuse me. So 24 carries, 4.9 yards a pop himself, and he's a big boy. You can't bring him down
31
easy.
touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
Right, right. He balling right now. So offensively, they got to figure it out. And then they brought in the baby Tyreek Hill last year, and you saw that Ravens game. So this guy is absolutely a flat out deep. And for him to have 15.3 yards a pop on catches, that doesn't show how much of a deep threat he is. Um, or he just scorched the Ravens defense because it don't seem like he's doing that to anybody else. Seem like other guys got to figure it out. You're not going to just aim your joystick 50 yards downfield and push the icon of your receiver and then hold on R2 and go under that shit
This
because it's
looking
not
at
doing it.
something like
15.3.
I will say with Calvin Austin, he is averaging 109 yards a game, and something else that interesting. He does have 500 yards reception after catch.
Dangerous, bro. This guy.
I wonder where that ranks in the league. Just out of curiosity, like that's got to be near the top, right?
We can find out right now.
That's top. That's tops in the league.
Shit, so
499 run after catch.
he getting them he getting them yak yards right now. Oh my god, getting them yak yards. He's number one in the league. Snake, you hit that right on the button, man. He averaging 7 yards a pop. Cooper Cup's behind him, 6.5. Velas Jones is there at 5.9. Travis Etienne as a running back out the backfield. Even the tight end 5.1. And you look at Eckler back out the backfield with 7.4, Javonte Williams 10.3. Well, you expect a running back to do that. Let's look at the rack yard average right now. We're not going to look at these guys that barely touch the ball, so we got to go down here to guys that that get the football a little bit. We got a lot of 7-catch guys, shit like that. So, the Joku look like he's the one, 9 yards a pop. But yeah, this Bills team is for real right now. What would you say? I don't think it's the offense that's the lead of this team. I think this team is built defensively more than their offense is really. Their offense is good, right? They have a bell cow in the backfield. They got the best quarterback in the league, if not one of the best quarterbacks in the league, top 3 for sure, right? And their receivers hitting stride. They still got Stephon Diggs there, so you can't ignore that. But then when it comes down to it all, they got the number 1 defense in the league right now, and it starts with young and veteran players. Look at the rookie Daryl Conley gets I know he has to be at sub linebacker because they got 2 of the best safeties in the league, if not the best safeties in the league on their roster as far as overall rides with the veterans and Hyde and Poyer. But for Daryl Conley sitting at 6'3", 223, you have a linebacker on the field. Simple as that. 51 tackles right now. You got R.J. Jenkins, who was one of the top outside linebackers in the draft, 6'6", 250 out of USC, 51 tackles right now. Von Miller still kicking. Von Miller still kicking with 11 tackles for loss and 15 sacks on the year right now. Cornerback play, they got they're not getting a lot of interceptions out of their cornerback play, but their safeties are going crazy though. Like Poyer with 10, Hyde with 8. And then you got Tre'Davious White, their number 1 corner. Elon both got 5. Then another backup safety, D'Angelo Harper with 5. And this team's playing good football, bro. The one thing I'm seeing is they turn the ball over. They get the turnovers. Because we're not even showing.
Type of dandies, man. Type of dandies leading the Bills in tackles and Conley and Jenkins.
I'll go on a limb and say this team forced more fumbles than any team in the league right now. I mean, they forced 5 on me. I think that's something to do with one of their abilities as far as home field, or one of their abilities is forcing turnovers. Because in 2 games of playing the Bills, I have 11 fumbles right now. So I think that comes with some of the them things that pop up and say this team is hot. They'll make the next team fumble right now. There's a whole bunch of ones here, right? Fumble causes, forced fumbles. How many total is that? That's 7.
Fumble recovery.
It's a lot of fumble recoveries right now, man. Out of the 7 forced fumbles, they got one, two, three, four, five, six. So they got six out of the seven that they created. Um, Look, bro, this is a mixture of a young defense mixed with some veterans running around, and I think that's what the recipe is right now, and that's why they're playing at a high level like that. But again, Derek Dermott should not be the number 8 quarterback. I mean, coach in the league right now. There's no way.
The reason we were just talking, you often talk about the veteran, the good mix of veteran and young players. It's funny that them rookies is leading the team in tackles, but you got them veterans excelling at interceptions and stuff
Because
in
of
some
those,
other
because of those
areas
rookies.
because of them rookies. Like they help them hand to hand. That's a good example. Another hint, hint.
Hmm.
But I ain't gonna get too much of them out. But
Now Frank
there's
Wright.
some people that ask.
Now Frank Wright to me is a great situation. He's a coach that should be in the top 5. He's sitting at 7 on this list, but I think he should be moved up into that top 5. I think he should be over. Mike Daniels, Ty Bowles. I think. All right, Rules and Serrani. Serrani is how you say his name. Serrini. I wouldn't put him in front of. I would put him in front of Zach Taylor. I wouldn't put him in front of Cliff Kingsbury. I wouldn't put him in front of Todd Bowles. I wouldn't put him in front of Mike McDaniel. I wouldn't put him in front of Sean McDermott. Or, yeah, that's how far I'll go. So that's one coach I wouldn't put him in. Two, three, 4. So he should be in the top 5 in my opinion. This coach team is balling, bro.
With that being said, I think you got to give them that top 5 consideration. It's two key components. Man, coach knowing what you got. So Jonathan Taylor sitting on almost 300 carries. You got 288 carries, 0 fumbles, averaging 141 a game with 19 touchdowns, 6 yards a carry, 5.9 yards a carry.
I would even add to this. What rookie quarterback playing better than Jay Keenan right now?
I was about to say, it has to be some play action and stuff in there. You coming up 288 carries, you putting your rookie quarterback in a great situation. 20
Hmm.
touchdowns, 15 interceptions,
And,
21. You got some veterans that's not playing this type of football right now, man.
nah,
You got to give them some shout out.
because what he doing is he understand the makeup of his team. Look, bro, your quarterback is throwing on an average per game 179 yards a game, right? 97.6 QBR. You're not mad at that because he's a rookie. 8.7 yards a pop. I'm not mad at that. Here's why.
Shout out to the tight end.
12 only been sacked 12 times. But the thing is this though, you have to exhaust all your energy in stopping Jonathan Taylor. That's the team makeup. That's who this team is. They are gonna go as he go offensively, and that's it. And you're not putting your rookie quarterback is not in a situation where he got to throw the ball around the park all game long, and be like the rest of these rookie quarterbacks with 20 or more interceptions on the year.
Absolutely. Best friend for a rookie quarterback is a tight end. That's why the tight end leads reception and lead the team in receptions with 43. Then you got Scotty Miller out the slot, I'm sure, in 29.
Hmm.
And the outside boy. So like I say, that goes all apart in coaching. You know what I mean? And knowing what you have. Let's not put our rookie quarterback in no bad situations.
And not only
Great
that though,
coaching
Snake,
job.
that's great coaching job, but it goes starts at the front office, and then the GM did a great job in the offseason. Who knows to go get a Scotty Miller and put him into this offense when you got a dog ass running back like that who you run your offense through? What's better than a tight end in the slot receiver?
Man, look, I gotta give him another shout out because man, look, got people out here complaining about abilities. Man, this rookie quarterback is on star, bro.
And he going crazy
And
with
he
him right now.
balling. Hey, look, and he better. He's looking better than some of the veteran quarterbacks out here, just airmail and stuff, man. I think we gotta get a show, man. I just looking at that makeup, like he definitely got to be in the top 5, man. You gotta get a coach a shout out over here, man.
And if we was to pick on anything with this team, I think Naheem Hines is too good of an athlete to only have 31 carries. If he's not involved in the passing game, they're not doing him any justice because he is a dog athlete. Punt returner, kick returner, backup running back. But like as a receiving threat, Come on, man. What's better than a dog that leads your team running the ball, and you got a number two running back that can play big in the passing game for you. So I think if I'm picking on anything offensively, they got to find a ways to scheme him involved into their passing game. I think they could take the next step or take a higher level with this team if they do get Naheem Hines involved in the receiving game.
Or get him up out of there and get you something for him. He's like you said, he's too good of an athlete. Just be sitting on the bench, man. If you're not gonna use him, get him up out of there.
Yes, sir.
Worry
I,
about the future.
when we looking at a young quarterback, right? Most of the time they fall in love with one player, and that's who they stick their career on to get it started. But this quarterback's not doing that. This quarterback is playing the system right now. I mean, come on, bro. 43 catches for Jelani Woods in his second season. Second fastest tight end that was in the draft in 22. Scotty Miller with 29 catches. Alec Pierce, 29 catches. Michael Pittman Jr., 25 catches. I don't care about the touchdowns and things like that. Michael Pittman is their number one receiver. He's not having the season he would like to have, but he's playing part of that system. Look, rookie Cole Hartwell, 14 catches. Look, Jonathan Taylor out the backfield, 18 catches, right? And you can go as far as 2 catches for a backup tight end, Kyle Granson. You got Mo Alley Cox here, 6 catches. Now, they're not big, huge numbers, but that just tells you this quarterback is spreading the ball around right now. And then Deion Jackson has a catch out the backfield as well. My only blemish is right here, Naheem Hines. Naheem Hines should have 20 catches right now. He should be playing in the screen game, the check down game. He should be the back. He should be their third down back. He should be on the field and playing in the passing game when needed, like when they do throw the ball. But other than that, man, this team is doing exactly what they need to be doing for them to win. I think they have a strong run game, and they will force that run on you. They're not. They said Jonathan Taylor is durable. They said he is the guy that if they had to call on him 50 carries, they can do it, and they believe they can do it. They believe they have the number one back in the league. Do you believe it, Snake? Is he the best running back in the league?
Um, I think he's up there. Sheesh. He's the most utilized
I mean,
back right now.
he's definitely on his way to 2,000 yards again. He did it in season one, 2,000. He's gonna do it again.
Something I'm just halfway looking at it when I'm scooping around. I see Jake Keenan is the sixth best quarterback in the AFC, but is not on the rookie of the year list at all in the AFC.
So I think there is.
So that's one of them things that we be talking about where we put people on lists. You know what I mean? I think that this guy definitely got to be one of them guys that we keep track on come the end of the year.
There's not a rookie quarterback in the league playing better than him.
That's why I say this is a guy that come the end of the year we got to keep an eye on because if he anywhere in the trajectory that anywhere around what he going, like he's a rookie of the year candidate and he's not even on the rookie of the year list.
Yeah, because look, it comes down to this, man. They got 3 losses on their schedule, right? And if you go through their schedule, they got a couple big wins on the schedule outside of their division right now. Now their division is in limbo right now. The Jaguars is under playing. The Texans are still trying to figure it out, and you see what the Titans are doing. They're going through all types of shit over there. It just hasn't clicked. They got rid of Derrick Henry. And they're relying on Malik Willis to really lead this team. And it's just not happening right now.
He got his PlayStation late. He'll be
Completely. But this coach team was built to be winners, man, and especially winning that division. They're doing exactly what we expected them to do. I'm impressed with what they got going on offense. I like the balance they got. I like the quarterback, like you said, best rookie quarterback in the league. They might have arguably the best running back in the league. Now, most people will say, is he the best running back in the league or is he utilized the most? I will go on a limb and say any running back that's averaging 6 yards a carry and 141 yards a game, I don't care if he had 19 carries. He's averaging almost a first down every time he touches the ball. So, yes, he's up there, and he should be in the conversation, the best running back in the league. But this defense, I think, is the reason why this team is playing. And, again, the same way their offense is built, right? You tell me if I'm wrong with this, Snake. Their offense is, you're seeing a football team, right? And what I mean by that, offensively, everybody is a part of why they have success. But on the defensive side, it's the same thing to me. I don't think there's a complete true standout. Like you don't have that superstar guy on defense that, you know, that's the guy and everything's built around them. I know Shaquille Leonard is up here, but I think this team is playing as a defense as a whole right now. And if you're looking for a standout, I will go as far as saying veteran Stephon Gilmore. What about Stephon? Stephon Gilmore, 50 tackles, 11 interceptions on the year, 7 deflections. He playing like it's his third year in the season in the league. I mean,
They have a good mix of vets. They have definitely a veteran team over here.
72 tackles out of Shaquille Leonard, 66 Nick Cross, Buckner was 60 from the D tackle position. You got young boy Andrew Rudnick from safety, 55. Christopher Hardison, safety, 54. Stephen Gilmore, their top corner, 50 and shutting shit down with 11 picks. Ben Scott, the rookie, the number 2 rookie cornerback in the draft, 47 tackles right now. And Kenny Moore doing this thing. You keep going down the list, 39 tackles for the Quiddy Pay. Bobby Enrique shitting 38. Yannick Njoku here 34. And then Grover Stewart, the other D tackle, 29. This is team football snake at its best. And that's why I think their coach should be in the top 5.
Team football, they got a lot of mixture of youth and veteranship,
Mm-hmm.
veteran leadership in there as well.
Mm-hmm. And what's going to happen, Snake, is you're going to start to see a repeat situation when it comes down to that because the teams that are mixed with both are playing really well right now.
I'm impressed with his quarterback play over here, and that the quarterback is only on star. So when people just out here complaining about how many stars and shit and this, that, and the fourth, man, this you got to give him some love.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he just pick up what you say. He's just picking up the sticks and kill it and kill it and kill it.
Pick up the sticks and kill it and kill it. Pick up the sticks and kill it. All right, so number 6 on the list is Mike McDaniel. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about Mike McDaniel. Remember the conversation I had about Brandon Staley coming into a situation where he's a defensive coordinator, but that team was offensively based. Mike McDaniels did not come into a good situation. He came into a great situation. But into that great situation, it became great when they traded for Tyreek Hill. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, this team is one of the fastest teams in the league right now, right? And then the weapons that he gets to play with. Look, Mike McDaniel comes from the 49ers. We saw how creative the 49ers was with the run game and the things they do. To me, as an offensive coordinator, right. But as an offensive coordinator, Andy Reid does a lot of that, like inventing the wheel himself, like the shovel pass and the things that they do. I think he has that same type of creativity on offense, right? The one thing they brought over to this Dolphins team was the Debo package. They brought that over with them, right? They utilized that a whole lot in season 1. This team, remember, if you don't think the identity of Mike McDaniel is on this Dolphins team, then you are not paying attention. Last year, they had 2 backs in that backfield that had 1,000 yards rushing last year. And not only that, Tyreek Hill played a big game in the run, played a big part in the run game as well for this team right now. They went and got themselves a rookie quarterback. They had listen. Jalen Waddle is a Tua fan. His college career was Tua for the most part, but Jalen Waddle in the NFL couldn't wait for another quarterback to come through the building, and particularly a right-hand quarterback, because what it did was it kind of limited what he was able to do in his second season. But now they got a young quarterback. They got but I think they got the pieces around that young quarterback that can that can keep this team at 9-1 like they are right now, right? You're going to see rookie situations, and let me ask you this: if we're talking about the Colts quarterback as one of the best rookie quarterbacks in the league, or is this the second best rookie quarterback when we get to the Dolphins roster?
That's definitely one of the he's throwing for 2,600, 106.8 passer rating, 28 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 17 sacks. He playing great football over here too. I think he has a little bit slightly better weapon. He got speed kills.
Well, he definitely got the better weapons. He got better weapons.
He got better weapons. So I have to give the Colts a slight edge over him. But
right.
I mean, the same token, the Dolphins has a better record right now. and you still got to give him some love because he, like I say, his this quarterback is on star too.
Yep.
Like, um,
This quarterback is on
sometimes
star, but this quarterback has superstar potential written all over him.
all over him.
Anytime you got a quarterback that has 94 throw power, and let's just look at deep accuracy, 87, medium 87, short 87, throw 86 on a run. He can play action really well under pressure. He's comfortable, 89, break sacks, he's 89. But then the core stats, secondary attributes, 92 speed, 92 excel. You got a baby Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna call him. I think he's more Kyler Murray-ish than Lamar. But you have that type of athlete as your quarterback, right?
Look like Cordell Stewart out here.
Man, like he can do it all. This guy can do it all, and they're in a good situation with this quarterback now. Last year, we were a little flustered about the Tyreek Hill and Waddle situation, having the fastest two receivers in the league, and they didn't produce the way people were looking at them. My question would be this: when you look at the backfield, they brought in a rookie from Clemson, that fits that quarterback style. Obviously, Hoodie wants to play that playmaker football, right? And that's what he wants to do, that backyard football. And you bring in Bryce Farrell. Now, I'm gonna ask you: was this a good move to make him your bell cow, or do you think that he went away from Mostert and Edmonds too fast?
Man, I understand it, but
I think they
you still
forced it
gotta.
upon this guy. This is a guy they got out of free. I think they drafted him. No, they did draft him.
They drafted him.
They
Yeah, I
drafted him.
understand it. Product from Clemson. I understand it totally. He kind of give you. I think it should have been a combo. Because he give you something that both neither one of them other guys give you.
What's that?
He give you that real trucking, and that he has a bit better trucking and ball carrier vision. He has numbers that's better than all of them. Just the other guys are faster, basically. You still
Yeah.
got Mostar's faster.
Right.
Like, but everything. Sometimes people do get caught up on that speed, but he got everything else. He probably should have been like he got the same acceleration. He got better change of direction, better agility. I mean, like, he got better ball carrier vision, better break tackle, better than trucking. I'm not
And,
mad at
and
him.
at the end of the day, that's good coaching. Honestly, not just good coaching. That's good. That's good eyesight for talent. Simple as that, right? Because after having 2,000-yard backs, that's veterans on your team, you bring in a rookie, and then you don't have no problem still getting production out of that rookie running back.
I totally understand why he got his running back. If you go look at he's a wide receiver. He's like a baby McCaffrey.
Yes, sir.
Go look at like all of his catching and stuff. He got all the juke moves in the '90s, but he got 75 catching, 75 catching
Yep.
traffic,
And this is why
75
I said
spectacular, short
good.
route running, medium route, 80 release. He got all passing stuff.
And that's
So I
why I
totally
said good
understand why they
eyesight for
got him up
talent,
under
right? Good eyesight for
his
talent.
system.
His system,
Alvin
exactly,
Kamara. He a
exactly,
baby Alvin Kamara.
exactly. So now we're looking at Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and I'm impressed with these numbers because they're even Stevens right now. 32 catches, 34 catches, 750. Both these guys will touch the 1,000-yard mark. Both of them have double-digit touchdowns, right? And I think the more that Vernon Sharper grows, the more their offense is going to be explosive because you see the deep presence in these two receivers like you should see 23.4 yards a pop every time they catch the ball. You should see Waddle with 21.8, 22 yards a catch when they catch the ball. But the more Vernon grows with these two receivers, the better these two receivers are going to be. They brought in the third, Wes Welker Jr. with 24 catches. The tight end still getting busy, 24, and then there's the running back out the backfield with 17 catches. Um,
I like the fact that he kept Tyreek veteran leadership around to help
mhm,
groom them youngsters. He didn't just
mhm.
go try to just. I like that.
Yes, sir. Now, when you think about the Miami Dolphins, the first thing you think of is that they got that speed on offense and all that. But quiet as kept, they come in the league with a great defense, and this team made this defense even better. Right? You're looking at Jaden Phillips. He's finally hit his stride. He's the guy. He played well for them last year. He's doing it again, 10.5 sacks. Shannon Tyndall balled out all last year on his rookie year. Now he's a year in, and he's playing with 59 tackles, 13 tackles for loss. But then they bring in Joshua Hatchett, 51 tackles, 7 tackles for loss. He also got a pick from out of USC. USC linebacker core was like they were in the early 2000s, man. Javon Holland, we know what he is on the back end for this team, right? And then you ask who else is stepping up. They got one of the better DNs in the draft, Anton Northcutt. He got 7.5 sacks as well, and then the D tackle Greg Posey. So they added the pieces they needed to add. They drafted the number one strong safety in the draft, and Johnny Milstead. He got 5 interceptions on the year. But this team is still veteran led. Xavier Howard with 10 interceptions. We got Trill, my boy Trilla. Trill Williams with 5. He's stepping back up. But the guy that's really shitting for this team was a steal, let off the Panthers practice squad. They signed him right away, and that's Keelan Barnes. Anytime you get a speed demon at the cornerback position, things get easy for you. He has 9 interceptions on the year, 2.5 sacks. They play him in the slot. They play him on the outside. They move him all around. You got to pay attention to these guys. They play people. They move their secondary all around, all the way around. Just got to make sure the right people are moved at the right spots when they do it. If not, you're gonna pay for it. Simple as that. But Xavier Howard with 10.
He love to give love to the diaper dandies. He got a Joshua Hackett over here, outside linebacker with 51 tackles, 7
Yes,
tackles
sir.
for loss,
Yes, sir.
interception, couple of deflections out of USC. So like he got some youngins and some good vets over here.
Yep. And they getting good play out of multiple. Look, their secondary is not even at their max. I mean, look, Xavier Howard is on a short end of a long career, right? But he still got 10 picks on the year right now, his 7th year. But his play is making Kalon Burns. I think he's the number 2 corner on his team. Right now you got Highland at safety, Milstead at safety. You know what I mean? Trill as a slot corner or at the 2 at times, sitting right here with 5. When you go down, you still got Byron Jones, and they moved him as true safety right now, which is fine. That's what he played. His first, he played that at Dallas before they moved him back to corner. Coming out of Connecticut, he was a defensive back more than he was just one, corner or safety. He played all over the place. This team has it. They got the pieces. This team is in a situation to better win football games right now, and they're doing exactly that.
Another diaper dandy. I know you like to love the diaper dandies, man. Got another diaper dandy. Damn, we got 2 of them over here.
Yep, Anton Northcutt and Greg Posey.
Northcutt got 12 tackles for loss, 7.5 tackles, and Posey from the D tackle spot, 12 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. Like they getting to the quarterback over here, making it a whole lot easier on them DBs, man. Like,
Yes, sir. Look, man.
He had a heck of a draft too, man. You see that top end talent paying off.
Yes, sir. Look, man, when your GM go out and get it for you like they do, and then don't let nothing be in free agency. They will tear it up. They go get them. They like the cast offs. They love the cast offs. They did a pretty good job getting some of these cast off on their team, especially at the receiver position. Wes Welker is from the a non-drafted pool, right? Texas Southern. Look at him. You know what I mean? He's one of their top weapons right now. I think when you put it together, the way the Dolphins put it together, one thing you know about them is they're going to put a good team on the field. Right? And they're going to be able to go too deep. They're going to be able to go too deep at every position, and they're going to be able to get wet there. Their only problem they got going on right now is they haven't got over the Buffalo Bills hump yet. And I think once they get that, they hit their stride. This team is going to be a problem. Look, this team played in the AFC Championship last year, and they added to that AFC Championship team. So, in my opinion, they're on the upside right now, and I like him. I don't think he belongs at, what was he, 6 on this list right now? Where he at?
Quarterback, I like the additions. I like the youngins. He spreads the ball around. Shit, I like the development over here.
Next up is Todd Bowles. Let's shot Tom Brady out for this hire right here, right? Get Bruce Arians out, fuck out of here, let him go up in the booth, leave us the fuck alone, and let me get Todd Bowles. One thing about Tom Brady really, really got love for R. Reese, man. I'm just gonna tell you like that. It is. He showed love. That's a Tom Brady hire, not a snake hire right there. But Todd Bowles belong right where he at right now. But I think he could be at 4. Look. It's only the Bills coach. It's only the Cardinals coach, and again, it's only McDaniel's coach that should be anywhere in conversation with him right now. First of all, everything starts when it comes down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everything starts with their GM and the move they did in year 1. Simple as that. It starts there. But I think it's untold on where you are really at. Because like you said, but guys don't pay attention. To be able to bring money wise. They better bring Aaron Donald into a roster that already paid everybody. Remember, Tom Brady got 22 players signed back from the Super Bowl team. Remember that? They brought everybody back, bro. That's hard to
I'm gonna
do.
tell somebody some other shit that don't everybody don't really think about over this joint. I told it to you. Like Tom Brady, like in order for me to keep Tom Brady at the franchise tag, that's damn near 50 million. Tom Brady ain't never take no $50 million contract. He only taking 20, 25 million. So that shit was crazy. The salary cap it is what it is. But when you go get them players that I got, you know you're going to have to deal with them. They definitely worth it. So
Now, to get
shit.
those players, everybody say Super Bowl or bust, right? And then you come back into year two, but nobody's paying attention to keep those top players on your team. The cash, you was real light with that because you had to get rid of a lot of studs off this team to be able to keep.
Go look at the Bills alone. Look what he doing with him.
Right. So let's talk about that for a second before so we can really explain why your coach is doing a good job. The front office put him in a good situation and at the same time put him in a bad situation. Did I read that right? You understand what I mean by that, right, Snake?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Right? Because to have that great situation like they have, they again they had to get a just name some of the pieces that's not back on this roster after that trade happened.
Let's see. Keenan Neal not over here. Julio's gone. Scotty Miller. Hicks, D tackle Hicks.
Godwin's
Murphy
gone.
Buntner.
All
Godwin's
your
gone now.
corners is gone. That was there.
Murphy Buntner. Both of my corners, yeah, both of them was gone. The other safety Mike Edwards. And I ain't had no picks to deal with it neither.
Hmm.
So and then I even signed that just with everything that was messed up, that I signed one or two players that was gone. And then just because all the EA bull crap, I didn't even really have a chance to like try to go recoup some late picks. That I could have got like a third or a fourth for like a Bunton or a Jamil Dean.
Hmm.
Shoot, even a Keenan Neal, you can get a fourth or something. You can get something out of him. I ain't have a chance to go get no extra stuff from none of them players and we're not.
So what did this GM do? This GM said, you know what, Tom Brady, we love you and you are our guy until you're not our guy. But we're going to ask you the love we put out for you and get you what you want. We need you to do something for us. And that's bringing Anton Leftwich up. Look, Anton Leftwich is a guy that knows this system already because his dad is the offensive coordinator for this system. Anton Leftwich out of SMU is a baller, right? He's a big time baller, but he went undrafted. Now, with that being said, what better position to bring him in where he doesn't have to play right away at? Let's just talk about the benefit of a kid like this being able to play and clean up duty, and get some playing time on the field, but is learning under Tom Brady. And the offense, which he already knows. What makes
Man,
that a
just
great move?
well, these kids go to summer camps and stuff like that, and they're off-season camps. When school not in, and Leftwich had a chance to talk to old Jackson, Shador,
Hmm.
who was
Hmm.
getting taught up by Brady. He said that's the best thing that ever happened to him.
Hmm.
This, that, and the fourth. So shoot, Tampa Bay was match made it perfect. He went undrafted. He was going with Dad and
Hmm.
Brady out there. Shit, he over there holding the clipboard, real happy right now. He's smiling and he working in.
Hmm.
He working in some little systems. He happy over there, man. He taking it. He taking it all in. Who wouldn't want to sit on the Brady for a year or two?
So while guys they're going to come up to this off season and they're going to hit the recruiting trail and the scouting trails and all that shit, they're going to be looking for who's the best quarterbacks in the country that fit their system. That's something the Bucks ain't going to have to do. They just going to pass the torch, and that's a great thing to have. Not only that, let's build off of what this team already had and why we still consider this team a Super Bowl or bust team. First of all, how did you get Leonard Fournette to respond to the fact that he's going to play fullback for this team?
And he just it's in Brady we trust. You know what I mean? Brady has over the history, over the years, just have players do things out of character or try things out of character. It's in Brady we trust, and he's still excelling. He still got a couple of 100 yards rushing, get some great blocks. He got a couple of touchdowns. catch the ball out the backfield
This is how
and
you
still
get
a
a seven
mentor.
year. This is how you get a 7 year running back to convert the fullback and not have a problem with it. 7 touchdowns.
Yep.
Simple as that. He knows he's gonna finish the year off with at least double digit touchdowns, right? And they bonus
Yes, sir.
and his bonus checks is gonna be fine. So he not worried about it. He know, all right, I'm slowing down a little bit. I'm at the end of my career. I'll play the fullback role as long as y'all promise me some handoffs. And in that fullback role, he has 7 touchdowns right now. So he's
He
doing
got
his
plenty
job.
of touchdowns. He got two receiver touchdowns
All
too. He
right,
doing
so
his
he's
job.
doing his job right now. Now, again, those bonus checks is going to look real good over there. But look, man, how do you get Leonard Fournette to mentor Rashad White, man, Arizona State? 177 carries, 777, 4.4 yards a pop, 10 touchdowns. He's almost averaging 71 yards a game. Talk to me about it. This is your bell cow running back right here.
He under tutelage from Fournette, man. He just learning some running, learning the vigorous day-to-day operations of the NFL, man. Until he ready to take it all the way over. It's a committee thing, man. It's a team. We try to get everybody involved.
Honestly, I think the best move this team made was recently sending Goodwin to the Bears. Here's why. Goodwin demands number 1 receiver targets. That's just the first thing I'm gonna say, right? And that's hard to do with Mike Evans in a way. The way Mike Evans played last year, he demands number 1 targets. Simple as that. And now they're allowed to do that now. Why? Because Mike is the guy. Let him be the guy and play around it. And this team doesn't go deep when it comes down to who touches the football for him. But the 4 that do touch the football for him are doing a hell of a job. And this is why this team is winning. And this is why this team only has 1 loss on their schedule, right, on their record right now. And it's because Brady is enforced to give 3 number 1 receivers the football. He Mike Evans we trust, and make some plays for me, young Darden. Make some plays for me, tight end Auden, because you've been having Caden Auden play out of his mind since last year. He played pretty good. So I think he's doing a good job. And then for a tight end to be averaging 8.9 yards, we want to see somewhere between 11 and 12 yards a catch from the tight end, right? But this tight end is coming off of a good rookie year, and why? What's up with him? Like, my question to you is, what role do we play to Brady? We know what Brady does with tight ends, but what role does K. Otten play right now? And honestly, he's not. He don't have the numbers that I would expect him to have playing for Brady right now. But he had those numbers last year, so we know his capability. But what's the slowdown here right now? Why is it only 25 catches on the year where he should be at 50 right now?
We got a lot more. We just put a little bit more on everybody. Everybody can step up a little bit more. Last year, I didn't do a whole lot as opposed to we didn't do a whole lot as opposed to developing our running backs when it came to when it came to playoff time when you really gotta do what we really want to do. We just feel like our young boys wasn't ready. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we are putting a little more emphasis on getting. We just trying to get our team ready. We ain't really trying to really shit on nobody, but we definitely expect Arden, Darden, and White everybody to step up now that Godwin's up out of here.
Now, with that being said, you slide over to the defensive side of the ball right now. Now you got big plays being made by a lot of guys, but it's going to be 2 guys I want to emphasize. All right, and the first one is going to be the cornerback, Quincy Bramble. You brought him in, right?
Yeah.
And he is big in every part of football for your defense. Like, he 56 tackles is really good for a corner. That means he will stick his head in there and get dirty with the big boys. 2 tackles for losses, only 3 picks on the year as a rookie. But you got guys like Ramsey who's gonna make you throw to guys like Ramsey. Let me ask you, how does he play in those moments, knowing most guys are gonna stay away from Jalen Ramsey?
Oh, he good, man. I think he got like a couple of deflections, and he got like four deflections as well. It kind of give me the I think he's just now he's starting to open up, step out there and really do his thing. Give me the opportunity to move Ramsey around and give me a lot of versatility back there. I can move my deep cornerbacks around inside or outside. You see, he tackles, so he a hitter as well.
But
He
see,
definitely
what the thing is about it is, look, you did the same thing. You brought a veteran in the building, AJ Bouye, right? That's to help out with that cornerback room along with Ramsey, right? Again, Ramsey is the star position. He plays a little bit of everything for you, but you wouldn't better do that without a Zion McCullum or a Quincy Bramble. Like you wouldn't better do the things you're trying to do defensively without those guys. Um, I think on the back end, it's solid, right, on the back end. But then when you look at this team, I mean, you're looking at 12 guys that sack the quarterback on the year. 12 that sack the quarterback on the year. You go down to 7 that've done it more than once. Scheme,
Team football, everybody. Look, hey, remember that? Remember that at the end of the year that everybody on my team getting to the quarterback,
right?
and
And
everybody getting tackles for loss. So when somebody's stats look low, just remember when I say it's a team. We ain't shitting nobody. Everybody.